Welcome back to the display corner here at CDS, and today we have a wonderful product from Glorystar. Glorystar are a long-term partner for CDS, supplying all sorts of electronic display systems for kiosk applications. So they have lots of different ranges from the Ultron, which is a PC range, the Nebula, which is the Android range, and that's the one we're focusing on today because they've just come out with the second generation. So the second generation Nebula, which you see here, is an upgrade to the Gen 1 that we've been supporting for the last 6 or 7 years. Again, Glorystar is a fantastic supplier if you want longevity of supply and quality product. That is the core selling point for this for our customers, and the reason they come back and buy time and time again this product. As I say, the Nebula has been going for a long time. The Gen 2, we have new processors effectively, so a whole new suite of processors, starting from an entry level all the way up to a hexacore, so you can deliver the appropriate performance for the application which you are developing or running on the system. So as you may or may not know, the advantage of using Glorystar is it's a complete system. So they include both the hardware and also a lockdown application that's embedded within the firmware of the device. So this is running a system called Staros. So Staros is their back-end system that runs on all of their Android devices to enable you to lock down the device to your application. If you come in a little closer, I'll show you how it works. Okay, so the Staros system is, as I said, locked down. So there is a security function. So in this case, it's there's a combination of taps on the screen to be able to access the menu, and then you need to enter the security code. So I'm just going to enter the default code for now because this is a brand new out-of-the-box unit. And as you can see, on this page, we can define the operation mode. So in this case, we're running in full screen browser mode. So all I did, as you may have seen on the previous video, this is our URL. So this is our corporate website, and we've just defined that as the URL that would go to on boot. So Staros will automatically do that every time this system boots up. So this could be defined as a specific website. For example, if you have a web store or an application that's built as a web browser application, you can just put the URL in for that, either a public URL or a private URL that's within your network, and it will access that and display the content for each of those pages. Or you can do it in a different way. So you could have, for example, if you have your own app, you can have it in application mode. So this one. So if you had your own application, you would simply install the APK on the device and then define your app as the target for when the system boots up. You may have seen also there is a simple media player mode if you just want to play back videos and text, but there are simpler ways to do that with a different device from Glorystar if you didn't want to invest in a complete system like this. Also, there's the tools associated with Staros. So because there are a number of different extra modules you can add to the device, such as a barcode scanner, an NFC reader, and a mag swipe reader, there are open APIs for all of these devices, which means you can actually integrate those within your app as well to build a complete self-service system in your kiosk from the ground up, all using Glorystar's software, firmware, and APIs. So it's very, very one-stop shop, if you like. You can get everything you need all from Glorystar through CDS, and we can support you on delivering these really wonderful applications to create these lovely kiosks. And I can't stress enough, as I said previously, the quality and the longevity of the product is the key selling point here. We've been using Glorystar for more than 7 years, and the quality and the return rate is just marvelous. You know, they're wonderful to deal with. It's a wonderful product, and I think if you saw the product firsthand, you would agree with me. As I mentioned before, the Staros system is completely integrated into the firmware of the device, so it does have lots and lots of functions that you can do to actually control the device in various different ways. So you have, obviously, the Staros system is regularly updated to fix bugs and things like that, so it will actively search and install for updates on the system. This particular one also has Star Control as an option. So Star Control enables you to remotely access the functions of the device. So you can, for example, we mentioned the URL before, you can actually go in and change that URL remotely through Star Control. That is a paid for service that is hosted by Glorystar, and we have customers using that very successfully. You also have things like screensavers, you have security settings for all of the various lockdown applications, and those open APIs I mentioned before. The other advantage of it being the Gen 2 device is we are PoE, as you can see here. So this is completely powered over PoE in the 15.6, and that comes included now as part of the bill of materials. Also, you have this wonderful optically bonded screen, which just really does pack a punch. So lots of advantages in the Gen 2, lots of advantages in the new version of Staros, which just has all of this extra functions to enable you to really build a coherent lockdown system that will really work well in your projects. If you'd like any information on this range, we have the demo unit here. This is the Gen 2, as I say, which includes the wonderful optically bonded screen as well, which is just fantastic, which you just don't get on other Android solutions generally. Give us a call, click the links, and we'll be happy to help you out to deliver your project. Thank you.